Hey everybody, and welcome back to Superman Crypto. Your host Superman in the house. And man, has it been pumping on Xen or what? Xen has been rocketing and soaring and mooning, whatever you want to say. It's been doing absolutely amazing. Hopefully you are enjoying yourself in the Xen community. It really is just warming up. I think what could we reasonably expect? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Xen Nights. We're going to talk about all the Jack's latest updates. So stay tuned for that. DBXen, of course. Let's go. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button as well. All right, let's get into it. We've got the Xen price here, looking pretty cool here. Let's talk about yesterday, though. Yesterday's candle is this green one here. We've just started a brand new candle here. It's only about 50 minutes old. But let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, the low was 6,095 on Xen. The high is 9,000. Got to a high of 9,488. Almost lost a zero, going from 5 zeros down to 4 zeros. Almost did it. So close. I think the market's going to try and move us up to there to lose a zero. It's looking pretty good. Yesterday, we had big volumes, 13.85 million here. You can see on the volumes there, pretty big. And yeah, it looks really, really cool. So looking really strong on Xen. The uptrend still intact. Now, I do think there's going to be a bit of a breather, a bit of profit taking at some stage. So just be careful now because we have added 10x. And, obviously want you guys all to do pretty well here. Now, let's have a look at that. So, we got up to the top of this range at a 1,224%. So that is in 28 days. So inside a month, we've had a 13.2x. We're currently up, still up at the moment, 1,113%. So that's a 12.1x at the moment. So it's still looking pretty good. But the chart's still holding up pretty well here. And you can see the price at the moment is at 8,677. So still looking very strong. I feel like the market wants to get rid of 1 0 at the moment, but there will be some profit taking. Maybe it might look like this red candle back here. We push up and then we get a big spike up and push down. So maybe we get pushed over the 10, lose a zero and get pushed down there a little bit there. Let's have a look at where we are and we'll do the bear scenario first. Upside, obviously, over losing a zero definitely looks still good for that at the moment. We're going to talk about the fundamentals behind that. But you've still got to be cautious after a big move up over 10x, as we say. So just be careful there. Let's get the fib and Fibonacci and do that retracement. So if we did get a retrace up from the top there, you're potentially looking at a 50. Let's do a 38, a 38.2. So if we're really bullish, if we've got a lot of this burning going on, maybe we'll only get something like a 32, a 38 a retrace there. That would take us back down to 6,000. But let's if we got a 50 retrace. And that 50%, that would be down to 5,000. And if we get a 61.8, which is typically what happens after a big move, we'd get down to 4,062. Now, I don't think we're going to get down to a 78.6 on the golden ratios here, which would be 2,600. With all the burning going on, with the ecosystem launching so many things at the moment, we'll find that hard to believe. It's possible that we could do a 61.8 for a short period of time, but really, I think we're quite bullish. So maybe a 38 is the most probable at this stage. And we'll talk about the fundamentals behind that. But definitely, retrace is definitely plausible. And 6,100 would kind of be a nice, comfortable place to do that. Now, you got to remember, typically charts do parabolics. Even if they're in an uptrend over time, they do parabolics and then they come back down, retrace and parabolic and retrace like that. Now, Xen's a little bit different. It's a little bit unusual path. Obviously, Xen is the medium of exchange and people burn it for all the protocols that are built on top of it with the ecosystem. And obviously, we've got Xen NFTs. We've got DBXen, which is the major burn at the moment. Currently, we've also got Xen Nights, which it's running over 3 days, so we won't really see that till the end of that period. And then we've also got Phoenix coming up in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be bullish too. All right, so looking forward to that. That is where the chart is there on Xen. Let's have a look at the 24-hour trade. So we've had 1,206 buys. Incredible, right? Incredible. 837 sells, and the buys have been 59%. So that's really, really huge, amazing. We've got buy volume 7.2 million and buy volume 6.7 million in sell volume. So you can see there's plenty of sell volume there. So don't get too overzealous is what I'm saying there. But that's 52% of the buy volume. So you can see that's still relatively marginal there. Now the liquidity is looking gorgeous at 2.7 million, and we're up 38.64% on the 24-hour. But that is very important there. Now, there is only 61 billion Xen in the pool. So obviously, if all that liquid Xen that's sitting in wallets outside of exchanges particularly flows into Uniswap, for example, that could change the ratios quite quickly. So just take that into account as well with the liquidity changes. It's not just people buying and selling, it's also people adding and removing liquidity also that impacts the price. So that's kind of cool. Let's jump over to DBXen. DBXen obviously burns Xen, and you can see the price is holding up very well, actually. I mean, it looks nice and strong. This kind of moving sideways range. I like that. Nice consolidation, $68, $69. Very, very cool. Yesterday, the volatility was down to 62, high as 73, so a $10, $11 range. And today, it's opening up pretty nicely in the middle of that range. So that's kind of nice too. I'm liking where that's going. On the 24 hours, of course, we've had 131 buys, 85 sells, 60% buy volume, and trade volume. And then in buy volume, we've had 50-50. So it is probably needing a bit of a cool off. That said, I still just think that Xen's maybe going to give a good try to lose a zero before it decides to do any selling there. So just watch out for that wildcard option there, but definitely looks like it's in the mood for doing it. All right, let's go to Exelon. Exelon at the moment is 6,530, holding up pretty similar to DBXen as well. Of course, Exelon burns DBXen, and that helps to keep Exelon deflationary as well. So that's kind of the prices. Let's jump over to, let's actually do a quick summary of that as well. So that's actually up 12.3%, 178 buys, so 59% of the trades are buys, with the buy volume 51%. So it's just very close buy and sell volumes on here, but the price is still holding up pretty well, and that's why it's sort of moving sideways at the moment with these similar for DBXen as well. Let's get into the liquidity. You guys know I've been following this very closely. It's kind of the biggest clue to what's going on. Now, staking here has come down from, we're almost at 1.6 trillion yesterday, and liquidity there is 8.766, which has gone up a bit as well. So this here would suggest that maybe we're cooling off a little bit on the price of Xen. So just be a bit, I've been very bullish, as you guys know, the last couple of days. But just be a bit calmer there. And we have got very low mints coming out. So it's really only stuff that's going to come into the market is from this liquid supply or from stakes that come out. So that would be the only thing that would, damper on the parade. But I think Xen's still looking pretty good at the moment for a move, trying to move 1-0. So I think that's a reasonable thing. Now you can see yesterday's results for the 18th. We had 50 billion burns, so a low day, but gas prices have been really high. So there's no surprise there. New stakes is down 73% as well. So we've got a net new liquidity there of 87. If you take out mints, we've got X of 87 there. So up increase of supply as well. So it's a bit softer, right? A bit softer measures coming out that day, but I think moving ahead, we're looking pretty good. The Xen liquidity is now 59.73%, so just sitting under 60%. And I think the next couple of days could be good for lowering that as well, given that we've got low mints coming out. We have hit, let's have a look here on the bin. We have hit 4 trillion on Xen burn through as well, which is awesome, 27.5%. Amazing, 4 trillion burned, beautiful. And that's the golden key there. 1.5 trillion is in staking, and of course we're still sitting at about 2.4% on penalties that people haven't even minted as well. Now we got an all-time high on the trends. We can see that look, it's up and to the right for the burns. We've got a nice steady trend here on the staking and also on the penalties there as well. So not bad there also. The cost, of course. So let's go quickly to the cost. We haven't talked about this before, but the cost is going up for people minting. Talking about $10.80 for there. You can see the real climb with the gas prices going up, and also people, we've had a real bump in people minting as well. Jumping over to the future mints coming out, and this is what we really care about the next 7 days in particular. We've got all these low days. We've had a couple come out already, around 50 to 40. The last 4 days, 40 billion. Tomorrow, we've just had about a low 41 or something like that come out. So that's going to be minted over the day. So that's a low amount of mints coming out today. Then tomorrow, we've got 46 billion. And then we've got 44 billion before we get into the weekend. The weekend, of course, we've got 84. And then Sunday, 112.8. So that's the big day there. So we want to get back to that 100 billion day minting kind of net minting, burning, sorry, that 100 day billion burning to eat through this weekend. And of course, hopefully we'll have lower gas prices that will help. So more Xen, lower gas prices, and that will help going into DBXen there too. And of course, we've got the leading into here, we've got the Xen nights. So that's a low amount of Xen coming in for that as well. So that should help absorb a lot of burning on the Xen nights. So that should help reduce the supply. The supply should go down, arguably, assuming the stakes stay similar or go up. Then as the liquid supply should go down, and that should be bullish for the Xen price, which is already up at 8,700. So as you can see, I think we're still in good conditions to try and lose a zero. And then hopefully if we get high enough, we can consolidate somewhere up there. That'd be pretty cool. But don't be surprised if we do get some retrace after this big move up. But the trend is still our friend at this stage, from what I can tell. All right, let's go to daily mints. Have a quick look at that. Let's have a look at the daily mints. So these are people that have minted over the last 24 days. Last 24 hours. 22,307, which is not bad. The Gwei has been very high. Look at that, 48 at the moment. Been very high indeed. I think it's averaged about 38 or something like that. It's pretty big. Let's go to money ultrasound and have a look at the gas prices over the last a day. Let's go here. Yeah, last day here. So the average has been 49 is the average down through, minimum 29 Gwei. So you can sort of see that's been really high over the last 24 hours. If we go to the 27 days, see the last day has been particularly high. So the low Gwei that we had in the 20s earlier in the week, over the weekend there, the 20s has gone. And here we are on Wednesday with high gas prices. So that's impacting DBXen as well. Makes it a lot more costly to get into DBXen. All right, let's jump over to DBXen and have a look at the DBXen. That is the main burner. Obviously, people burn through Xenfts, but this is the main burner. And we can see what is the results today. So yesterday, we had 49 billion burned through DBXen. So way lower than we have been, 90 and 115 before that. And that's that high gas prices probably really kicking in there too. And will kick in today as well. So let's see how we get on. At the moment, in the current cycle, we've got the 1.4 billion burned with 13 hours to go in the day 28. So almost up to a month. If you take 30 days a month, that's the case. Top burner so far in DBXen, only $500 million. And the Gweis they're getting, look at these Gwei prices. Oh my goodness, aren't they so high? 53, 72, 81, 64, super high gas prices, meaning that the cost is super high in terms of the ETH side of the transaction, plus the Zen burn is that price. And so, yeah, at the moment, the reward though, so if you take 6,000 and 4,000, that is 10, 11,000. The reward at the moment for this one is 238,000. So that'd be pretty amazing if they could get that. Obviously, we're going to expect more Zen to come in and burn to capture some of that reward value as well, while DXen is holding up so well. Let's jump over to the Zen Knights. Now, obviously, this could bump the burn. So the circulating supply that we've been looking at here, this could really accelerate this burn here and reduce the supply. It also could add more buy pressure onto the market as the DXen, the Zen Knights, is because we've only got 1 day and 16 hours to go. So it's almost halfway. I suspect most of the bids will come in on the last hour or something like that, maybe last couple hours, but definitely the last hour. And so, yeah, we're at 6.6 billion in total at the moment. Let's do a refresh of that just to make sure I've got the latest and greatest. 6.6 billion in total, over 100 Zen NFTs. And you can see for the Zen Knight, you can see the top one at the moment, 1.4 billion Zen. All the way down to the bottom here is, let's see how far, pretty low, 1 million. And that's not going to stay around, right? People will be flooding into these bidding. And what's a reasonable amount? Let me know in the chat there what you think it's going to be in the comments. It could get to 100 billion if all the stuff flows in on the last moment. We'll see. So I guess 100 billion is a decent target. I think anything above that is going to be pretty glorious. We will see though. All you have to do is click new bid, put your Taproot address in. There's several wallets you can do. Obviously, the team uses the Sparrow wallet. It's a little more complicated than some wallets. You could use ordinal wallets with a BC1 was a P wallet, so you could do that as well. So just make sure you got a Taproot address, and then you just connect your wallet and bid with Zen. Make sure you got Zen in your wallet if you're going to bid on these. But pretty cool. Now, some of these images, this is what you're going to be winning. These are just some of them as well. So cool. All right, there are some Q&As for that. Let's jump over to Jack Levin. Now, some cool stuff here from Xenfts.tv. We can see that Xenfts.tv here, it's got all the different YouTubers covering Zen crypto. And I'm pleased to say that Xenfts.tv has added Superman Crypto. So it's great to be part of the list. So we go to the Xenfts.tv. This is kind of the main channel here. We can actually see recently added, you got Superman Crypto in here, which is pretty cool. Superman Crypto. And it's got this channel. It's got one of our videos on it. So it's great to be on the list with a lot of other people. Joe Perry, Crypto Cloud King here. Lots of others in here as well. Crypto Bros, Jack Levin himself. Lots of cool people. Dramatic Crypto Kindness. So it's great to be added in that finalist. So very, very cool. So you can check that Xenfts.tv. It gives you all the YouTubers covering Zen. So it's pretty nice. I may leave that in the video description for you. So that was kind of cool. And let's go to the other updates from Jack. 60 million market cap is microscopic, still early. Of course, that's been going up to the right on the market cap. Senzu and, of course, Joe Blau, big fan of Joe Blau and Senzu with the Phoenix protocol, expected to come up in a couple of weeks' time for launch first on Polygon. So that's cool. And you can see that video here. So that's a video here that they've done. I'll leave that in the video description as well. You can follow that and learn how a Phoenix is going to work. It's kind of a hybrid staking DApp. Excuse me. So if you think about your favorite dApps, then it's kind of a hybrid of that. And it's going to be fun to see that. It could be a massive, massive burner on Zen and keep the Zen burning going and the price moving up to the right. I expect to launch in a couple of weeks. Polygon first, as I understand it. But of course, the ETH chain will be pretty fast after that, I would imagine. I heard the Avalanche may sneak in earlier. We'll see. So that is kind of cool there. Let's have a look at some of the big shout out to Joe Blau, of course, for all the hard work there and getting the audits over the line. Well done. Job well done. Zen volume, of course, rocketing $52 million in 24-hour volume. Amazing, right? The volume's been crazy as well. 10x achieved on my very, very, very heavy volumes in crypto. And of course, I showed you that it's actually been over 12x there since that time. Users on Zen Network. So this is the main website. And of course, that's where you can go and bid on the Zen nights. And that is been huge. Look at that. In the last 30 minutes, 1,600 users. Crazy. Countries, United States, Poland, China, United Kingdom, Hong Kong. Awesome stuff. So really huge a number of users there. It's great. So we're growing. And you can see the big X returns. People are checking out on there. I like that. What else we got going here? DBXen burning Zen, approaching $20 million, which is also true. We can go up to the top here and see that. Well, we're currently at 19.2 million US dollars, but it was up at that 20 million. 2.2 trillion Zen burned through DBXen. Beautiful. What else? Let's go through here. I think that's if you're in the Zen ecosystem, you support first principles of crypto. That's pretty cool. 22,000 views on that too. Thinking to fork Uniswap V3, make it better. Isn't that cool? So Jack Levin, look, that's a new announcement there, folks. 4 hours ago, Jack Levin looking at forking Uniswap V3, which is now a publicly available license since the 1st of April. After its 2 years of privacy, now people can fork V3 to make it better. So that's pretty bullish. That could be bullish for Zen, folks. We will watch out for that. That's big news, actually. As a way to say thank you to all Zenians. This 2 hours ago, we are dropping OpenSea fees to a further to 2.5% until further notice for all Xenfts. I guess as high. So one way to get into cheaper mints is to get an inexpensive Xenft collector that will mint the Zen in the future. So if you want to check out that, they're now going to be cheaper on the Xenfts. You can buy them off market if you get a good deal. So that's kind of cool there. Creator earnings are going to be lower. So big news there from Jack. That's kind of cool. And I'm going to retweet that as well. I think that's kind of it on there at the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're up to 18 minutes and 40 seconds. Kept it under 20 minutes. Pretty awesome. You guys can see so much is happening. Zen price is absolutely pumping as well. It is so good there. Now you can mint, right? So mint when the gas is lower. Try the weekends. It's typically your best bet. I always suggest doing a minting ladder, and then of course a big balloon payment at the end is typically a great strategy to benefit from the ecosystem as it grows over the year ahead. We're expecting Xen Xen coin for the X1 chain this year, and X1 next year is the expectation that I'm currently aware of. So that's bullish for minting as well. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, leave your comments. I love them, and I'll answer them all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.